NPP Constitution, which the MP freely subscribed to, provides in Article 391 that a member of the party who stands as an independent candidate against the officially elected member of the party, or who joins or declares his or her support for another political party or for an independent candidate when the party has sponsored a candidate in the general or by-election, automatically forfeits his or her membership of the party. After 7 December 2020, when Parliament is still in session, till 7 January 2021, how does an MP operate both as an elected independent MP and at the same time an MPP MP if he should win the election? This lacuna of a ridiculous situation is not what is anticipated under the 1992 Constitution. In the circumstances, Parliament it is determined that the conduct of Honorable Andrew Amoako Asiama amounts to vacating his seat in Parliament. Accordingly, we bring this to the notice of the Electoral Commission for the necessary action to be taken in accordance with the law.
Round was the then Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Mike Okwe, some like to call him Aaron Mike Okwe, delivering the ruling with regard to the Fomena MP, who became the stone that the builders rejected and was the ultimate decider for is it the 8th Parliament?
We are in the 8th Parliament.
We're in the 8th Parliament, yes. And interestingly, that is also coming up once again because of the 3 MPs on the side of the NPP and then the one on the side of the NDC. Is it the Menfi East MP? Yes. After Joanna was re-elected as the parliamentary candidate, he's decided to go independent. So 3 on the side of the majority and 1 on the side of the minority. Yes. And they've hinted, before this whole conversation caught fire, you had engaged Dr. Kwabena Donko, and he had detailed that this was what was going to happen, and you had an extensive interview with him. We'll bring it in the course. We'll bring it to our listeners in the course of the show, and he had mentioned this about weeks prior, over a month ago. Over a month ago, yes. But interestingly, when Haruna mentioned it on the platform, that's when it's caught a lot of people's attention. So we have been aware of this. We can confidently say that we broke this particular news. It's interesting. You've
heard the legal...
all the gymnastics. But you see, one thing this teaches us is that our politicians have to be careful. And I'm saying that because I also did hear the majority leader providing responses on another platform where he said that he would prefer to engage the leader of the House for the minority. And that as far as it is aware, Haruna Idris is not the minority leader.
Okay.
And so he will engage the minority leader in the person of Kasia Latofosin, doctor, to know what the position of the party is. His attention was drawn to the fact that beyond the student that Tanko Computer had been engaged. And it says that, the party supports it fully. And that once the motion is moved, they should all support it. He says, Parliament is a structure. And so he was waiting to, but I saw, of course, I saw a deflection, and because Alexander would have defended this and given you all the legal, and he went on to the point where he was talking about they practice their law in the courts. And it's not about the rants and people's chants somewhere. But the person making that issue, that's the person practice.
So and I'm sure you've summed it up exactly as what will happen. Let me tell you what will happen.
They'll go to the Supreme Court.
I'm no prophet, but see, the minority will seek to do what it intends doing.
Yes.
This meeting of Parliament will last
just
less
about
than
3
a month.
weeks, you say?
Right. Great. The minority, through these moves, will destabilize the House. That is a fact. It's a given, right? The majority, through government, will also run to court. The court will seek to expedite action on this. By the time the court is done, there's no expedition from the Supreme Court. That will take less than 1 month.
You think so?
Oh, so what? I mean, people will have to file processes. Why can you? People will have to file processes, right?
It will be strange.
No, people will have to file processes. So are you going to like put a gun to their head and file it right now in my court before you leave?
You want to put it to a bet?
Oh yes, I want you to bet. I want you guys to bet on this.
Even the politicians themselves. I'm talking about those who may be aggrieved.
That's
The politicians
You
themselves.
can turn the microphone to face Ibrahim so that it's easier for you.
All right. I'm talking about the politicians themselves.
Yeah.
Especially those who may be aggrieved.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a lot on their plate.
Exactly.
Focus all their energy
when their seats are on the line.
No, in fact, they are not. They say they are not perturbed because really they will be spending time in the constituency. So it's not about. They will not even. They are not considering coming to the house for the day-to-day business. They will be.
That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. And so it's the government business. In my interview with Coronago, you heard him say that if for nothing at all, government cannot get anything controversial through. That is the aim. From now till January 7, right? Nothing controversial will go through Parliament.
What it also means is that chairmen of committees will have to change.
Yeah, that's where you ask yourself to what end, right? Because this might be just waste of resources. Even the papers that you're going to use to print the new reconstituted, yes, those things, right? That's one. The other one, I think the main one will be the status of Andrea Siama, the second deputy speaker.
Second deputy speaker.
Yes, that's. Yes. I think that's
because
the thrust of the matter.
A political party cannot have the two positions.
Exactly. One political party cannot have first deputy speaker and second deputy speaker. He was given that slot because he's the only one available who belonged to another party, so to speak. Like, because he came on an independent ticket.
Exactly.
Right? So nobody could have held that. Of course, NDC could have decided to fail for that position. Because the provision is that first and second deputy speakers should not come from the same party.
Yeah.
So
because in the previous parliament, Alban Bagbin was the second.
Exactly. And then also Jogati when NDC was in power. And then Freddie Blay, Wesimewu Blay, when Akufo was it was a marriage of convenience. Yes. And then I think this man, I've forgotten his name, he also got to be second deputy speaker. Yes. So the point I'm making is that Andrea Siama has now filed to contest on the ticket of the MPP. So he can no longer be referred to as an independent minded. And it's interesting how lightning is striking twice on this same gentleman. The voice you played, he was a subject matter.
Absolutely.
Okay, declared the seat vacant.
Because the party wrote to the speaker in drawing the speaker's attention to Article 97(1)(g).
Exactly, that he had filed to go independent and per the party's constitution. Once you do that, it's automatic. It's a given, as you Gen Zs will say. It's a given that you're out of the party. And so the vehicle that brought him to Parliament had, unfortunately, crashed. So he needed to find a different vehicle. And by so doing, his seat had to be declared vacant. See, the legal gymnastics have started. I've heard Professor Kwekwaza, and he's very consistent. When Okwe declared a CMA seat vacant, he went to town to say that Okwe had no right to do that. So he's just sticking to his legal position that this cannot be done. The others who have said that, the party triggered this, right? Cynthia Morrison and others, the Suhum MP and the others, the party has not triggered this. But what I also know for certain is that, like you said, regardless of which side becomes majority, there are many MPs who will not show up in Parliament. And so I don't envisage any decision that will go to voting.
You may never know. Something may happen in
there
Parliament.
There are some who are not even well. Didn't you hear that the party was seeking to change its candidate from Koko?
No, but
didn't you hear that the party was seeking to change its candidate from Koko?
Yeah, maybe if you look at the timelines for elections and everything, you may argue the way you are arguing. But I'm saying that as for Parliament, an emergency could happen and Parliament will have to reconvene. Everybody will have to marshal their numbers. And I'm saying that it's unlikely per what we know and per the timetable for election before us. But I'm saying that anything may happen that you may need all your members in the house, and this is where it will come in handy. And also, don't forget the propaganda. Don't forget the propaganda currency of this. Look, already. Now they do why.
I think you should just turn your microphone.
All right. So already there are some. I mean, in the camp of the NDs who are already telling people that because they are the government in waiting, already Parliament has started doing the needful. And they are swapping the positions from majority to minority. Look, it sounds
I get you. No. I get you. It's a political message.
That message has a lot of currency. I don't think that the MPP will let the NDC have this propaganda too easily. It's something I don't contest.
See, there's one thing that I can tell you for free. This parliament was birthed through anarchy and chaos. It's definitely going to die through anarchy and chaos.
You know, they indicated that they intend to occupy the side of the... Just say.
I think for the first 2 sittings they did.
No. In fact, it's the second one that they did Sitewa. They had announced to everybody that they were going to sit there. The MPP then decided not to sleep. They didn't sleep.
But that was some way.
You know, in Ghana, they'll say that I will a bull coat.
No, but the first time they also came very early.
No, they did.
To occupy the place. So the MPP was under their
So some hotels were cashing in because they were actually sleeping in hotels together.
And they monitoring each other.
Hey, 8th Parliament. Charlie. Yeah. I think Bagman will have to write a book. The book that he was going to write that to exit, that never happened because luck and then divine smiled on him to be speaker. I think he should complete that book.
Why else you mean he'll return as speaker?
Oh, 8th Parliament is 8th Parliament. What will happen after 8th Parliament?
All right, let's go to what the papers are reporting today. We'll start with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page, managing public sector wage bill. Wages must match productivity. That's according to the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Also here, Finance Minister welcomes Moody's upgrades. Look at that. Yeah. Finance Minister is welcoming the Moody's upgrades.
Yeah, when
they were lamenting that these
the
rating agencies were being biased and all that. You don't do that because the numbers don't go in your favor. All of a sudden, then purposeless lamentation.
Yeah, but that was kind of Furiata. We have an answer.
Oh, the president himself also said same. I see. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, but I agree with you.
It was a government position, and you would hear all the government communicators say the same thing.
I asked the same question of the managers of African Development Bank at a program at Kempinski as to the level of acceptability of the rating agency that Africa, of course, AU intends setting up a rating agency. And I said that, okay, so rating agency must get some level of acceptability internationally. Otherwise, you rate yourself and nobody cares. And they mentioned that, interestingly, they mentioned that other businesses and other agencies deal with Africa as a continent. We actually have things that they are looking for. So for we to be able to play with those players, our rating agencies must also read them. And that's the bargaining chip that the African continent thinks it has, right? So if you are a Chinese company, you are coming to do business in Africa, you must be rated by Africa's rating agency. So let's see how that pans out. Yeah.
All right, other stories here. Technological breakthrough. MIIF and UMAT collaborate to clean polluted water bodies. And PIAC holds workshop on solutions to crude oil production. PIAC holds workshop on solutions to crude oil production dips. Okay, that's what it is. And Ghana ready to host best ever African Oil Week conference in 2025. That's it for the Daily Graphic. The back page, 3 killed in rock blasting at Gomwa Bujumbram. Listen, I do not know how this makes sense. How do you blast busy part of the day? According to the people, usually they are prompted about the blast, and usually it's done very early in the morning. So, or even at night, let me say, maybe at night or very early in the morning. Yes, at night, most preferably, when there's less activity. But you choose to blast busy part of the day, 12 or something thereabout. You have look at the impacts. See, look at the vehicle. Like, why are people so reckless? And they don't put premium on people's lives. Who did this?
Nah, I've been there. Of course, I'm sure when you were going to Unibar,
yes,
I've been there twice. First time I went to the officials of the Ghana Highway Authority because Parliament, some MPs were on it. And you can tell that gold. Gold in parentheses. It's the reason why the construction of that road has stalled. They seem to have hit a jackpot.
There's gold there.
No. The stones, the rocks. It has become a quarry for them. And so they are not in a hurry to proceed with the road construction. Everything is now on hold and they are blasting the rocks and then taking out the pebbles, the rocks and what have you, right? And they've kept so long a time there. So I'm not surprised at all of what's happened. You see, unfortunately, lives have been lost. We told 40 of them. 40 of them are injured, but 3 dead.
You know,
seriously.
My point is that what was the thinking process of the person who instructed the dynamite to be
strapped to the rocks and then
who's because one of the shop owners said at a point she just saw that the vehicles had been stopped.
Yeah.
And then she was wondering, are they coming to blast?
Yeah.
Before she could even process that thought,
it's gone.
The explosion, she heard the explosion.
But that is serious.
That's serious. Like, busy part of the day. Whose instruction? Who gave that instruction? I mean, the Ghana Highways Authority would have to give us some answers. As well as the contractor in question.
Yeah.
What are the protocols around? You know, it's sad. A lot of the times, these things will happen, then we'll be asking, what are the protocols? But, I mean, it's not as though we are just asking for the fun of it. But these things, it is expected that there should be some protocols surrounding it.
Yeah.
Any person with common sense would know that at a certain part of the day, it will not make sense to blast.
Yeah.
You've killed 3 people. 40 people are injured. Some of them various degrees.
Forever.
Like,
you see, I don't want to make excuses for them, but you see, I just want to hope that maybe it was a dynamite that didn't go off in an earlier explosion.
It's a structured explosion.
Because I don't understand
cannot tell us it's an accident.
If it's
grown men will sit down and decide to blast these things around 11, 12.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
So
which agency is investigating this? Is it the highway?
No, the police must take this up. The police must take this up.
Too, so which agency?
No, for the explosion. Yes, it has. But of course, for now, I think it must be the investigation to proceed along murder. Honestly, or manslaughter.
People are getting away
with everything.
Recklessness so much. Okay.
And after they stay to pay a visit to the bereaved family,
and then
the media will be there with the cameras.
Yeah.
And later.
You know, the thing is that some of these things are preventable.
Yeah.
Unless they tell us that, like you were saying, the dynamite exploded by mistake.
that would even be strange because there's also a protocol for that. Once there's an explosion, they go back to see the ones that were that went off and the ones that didn't
from
go
the
off.
Weekend up till now, back to back. What exactly is it?
Let's hope we catch a break today.
Destroyed people's shops, people's homes. They said someone was in their house.
Yeah.
A stone went all the way from the place where hit the person.
Yeah.
The person had buried his wife over the weekend. He too is gone.
Look, when we say sometimes, when we say 3 lives, 2 lives,
you know,
I look at it as breadwinners.
That's the
that
point.
one person may be the lifeline for over 10 or 20 people. So imagine that effect.
A lot of the times, it's statistics to a lot of people until you know you are directly affected or you are related to the person.
Yeah.
Because to someone that is the father, that is their son.
Yeah.
That is someone who, I mean, is taking care of the home and everything. And to take that person out of the family it's unthinkable.
Our families may never become the same.
In this part of the world, we have no regard for human life.
No.
And that's always been our challenge. There's no regard
especially in this country, there's no regard for lives. We do not place premium on it. You are always on your own.
Yeah.
A couple of stories and everybody moves on.
Yeah.
Economic Plants Protection Act under review. That's according to COCOBOD. Yes, COCOBOD too has been talking about the level of smuggling as much as 120,000 tons.
You know why?
What?
I know a bag of cocoa is 3,000 Ghana cedis, and we're all excited and we're happy. In Togo, it's 8,000.
A bag of cocoa.
Yeah. So I saw somebody who had been successful in smuggling them. He did a video. Hey, I don't know. So what's become of us? See, you engage in a criminal activity, right? Is it like the girl I'm saying, right? And then you feel very comfortable recording yourself. And then that's the story he's telling, that he just successfully went to Togo to sell a bag of cocoa, and it's 80,000 Ghana cedis. It's 8,000 Ghana cedis.
We are in that era. Everything must be video. I've forgotten the young men who claimed that
Yes.
they've gone for some rituals.
Yes.
And they killed us. Hey,
Charlie.
We are in that period. We record everything.
it's just unfortunate. I'm done with the daily graphic.
Okay, so Ghanaian Times this morning. Big boost for mental health as government asks for disorders to NHIS benefit packages effective November 1. Election 2024, easy to print 19.1 million ballots, capture 18.7 million on provisional register. We are eternally grateful for development of Savannah region. Yagbonrab applause President Akufo-Addo. And Kwame Abenehene, Japan the second, resigns as ADB board chair over alleged improper conduct.
Is it the same guy?
They are the same guy.
Kwame
Abenehene.
I thought it says Kwame.
Yeah, no, like, so now they want the distinction.
Oh.
Yeah, they've taken the mine out. But you see, the name is quite very interesting. Yesterday we were in the newsroom talking about this. Have you heard of this song before? Ajua bene, mabedi abene, ori asim. Ajua bene, mabedi abene. Asemi ahinimi ahanimi. Asemi ahanimi ahinimi. Oh,
Hinimi.
No, not that one. Oh, we'll play this song. Don't worry. So is the chief of Abene, Mabedi Abene.
Abene is what?
The name is like. How do I put this in English? So you found trouble, like you are in the very big trouble. Let me put it that way. Like yes. So more or less like chain of bad lucks.
Oh,
yes.
So when troubles come, they come in battalions.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Abene.
Yeah, Abedi Abene.
So his correct designation is Abene.
Abenehene.
Trouble King.
Yeah.
You are referring to him as Kohen.
Yeah. Now.
When the Yawa happened, what the distinction is.
Yeah. Abene. Oh.
Problem.
Anyway,
it's an orphan number.
Yeah.
You just get into trouble. They will find your ancestors right now.
That's it. And then they will also pull out the videos of your father.
Yes. Where he's bragging about being lawless. You know?
It's a make or break affair for Black Stars as they face Sudan and Libya today. So the Nigerians have packed back them baggages. They are coming back. They are no longer playing in Libya. Oh yeah, because of the treatment they were given. They were sent to some village airport somewhere. That was under lock and key. It's a whole episode. We've been turned into like a series. Is that serious? So they are saying that Libya should take the 3 points. They are coming back home. But we are in Libya. And we are going to play Sudan.
But we are not playing
against them. We are not playing against them. So we are their darling brothers and so we are not playing against them. Yeah, so basically that's it.
I mean, CAF should sit up.
Hear
of these.
Yeah.
In the
look,
Latin American qualifiers don't hear.
You don't hear all this unless you are going to Bolivia. For Bolivia, it's because of the mountains and.
But it's only in Africa. They will take you to a West hotel.
Yeah.
You train on the West of facilities.
Yeah. Fortunately for Ghana, we don't do that.
You see why?
Down here, we don't do that. But
that is why, especially our club football, is not progressing on the continent. Because you go to a 12 Ilante and the treatment they'll give to you,
let me tell you.
Honestly, Africa, about what's our problem?
Who is doing we?
What's our why do we? Why it seems as though we hate each other so much.
When there's no problem, we create problem.
That's
the difference.
Let me tell you guys a classical story. See, we had to, and that's the only reason why Abedi Pele couldn't qualify us to the World Cup. We had a game to play in Morocco. The final game, just draw, and we are going to the World Cup. You know what they did? They poured water on the pitch. So we played on the waterlogged pitch.
It was Algeria.
Algeria, right?
Yes,
we played on the waterlogged pitch.
I think we lost 6-2. Sometimes turning the light. They'll be trying to distract the goalkeeper. They'll be using laser light.
Charlie. So it happens. That's it for the Ghanaian.
All right, Daily Guide is what I have. Dummy host, ICC prosecutor. Also, police identify East Legon driver.
Why did they mention only 2 names?
Sorry?
The names they mentioned. It's like his father's name.
Yeah. I went further to read because I thought that it was one of those things where they try to pretend as if it was create the impression rather as if it was the father that was driving. But it's good that they insist that was his son. I mean, there should be accountability.
Absolutely.
You can't behave in this reckless manner and go scot-free. 2024 elections, EC names 40,647 polling stations. Also, government adds 4 mental health conditions to NHIS package. That is good news. And Stybel Eltron clocks 100 years.
Pardon?
Stybel Eltron So I'm showing this to our viewers. Clock's 100 years. All right, no back page stories. I'm done with the Daily Guide.
All right, the Daily Statesman newspaper, 4 mental health disorders added to NHIS benefits package, STEM and TVET education to power Ghana's industrialization. Your achievements are unprecedented. Yagbonwura eulogizes Akufo-Addo, and Dumso collapse of businesses. Mahama's legacy. That's Dumso and collapse of businesses is Mahama's legacy. That's according to Napo, whom the Ashanti Regional Secretary says because of him, the MPP will soon set up an apology committee to go about apologizing on his behalf, because every time he speaks, he goofs.
I saw a video of him responding to the Gosumahin. You know the Gosumahin, when Mahama went there, said that people have looted. He came to that firm conclusion that some people in government have looted. Yeah. When Mahama comes, you should go after them, retrieve the money, because what is he going to govern the country with? The same resources, so you should retrieve the money. Those who need to be jailed should be jailed. Napo said, oh, the man said that. He said that to John Mahama. When John Mahama was right before him, John Mahama should be in jail. Then I said, oh, why John Mahama should be in jail? That should be now. It cannot be tomorrow. Like now, right? Like of course. And then he had mentioned that some NDC people, if anybody will go to jail, to be the NDC people, and that the chief should be careful what he asks for, because he just might get it. And I said, hey,
after 8 years.
You know, there's a Chinese proverb that be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. So,
I'm sure there's a Chinese proverb.
I don't mean to say it in Chinese.
Even if you have a proverb, so why is it a Chinese proverb?
That's a good one.
The proverb is everywhere, but I say it's a Chinese proverb.
It's a Chinese proverb. It makes it very far away.
Yeah. It's like you don't want the politicians to say, hey, so okay, I'm giving it to the Chinese. If I have a problem with them, I can go to Beijing.
All right, the back page of the Daily Statesman newspaper, leagues and unions launch complaint against FIFA over calendar. Okay, and Nigeria set to boycott AFCON 2025. Let me see. Qualify in Libya. Okay, Chicago Marathon. Ruth something shatters world record time.
What is something?
I can't pronounce it. Try and pronounce.
Don't worry, it's the Nigeria story that caught my attention again. So, Kaf,
Chepingetic.
Okay.
Chepingetic.
So Ruth as Ibrahim.
Yeah,
Ruth as Ibrahim mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't know her.
Yeah.
You know her?
She's a very famous individual.
Very famous. I'm surprised you don't know her.
I think she was in Ghana 10 years ago.
Yeah, not even
the Chronicles as well.
So, Kaf, they almost made us play our match outside of Ghana.
Yeah.
So is their focus only on the pitch? Because if Nigeria is threatening to boycott the AFCON over bad treatment in Libya, I think CAF should be concerned. Yeah, they should be concerned. But you see, the thing is, they are saying that Libya is the pitch and then the peace. Libya is now very peaceful. Especially when you're going to Benghazi. Oh, very peaceful. Okay. Yeah, very, very peaceful. But we are there. So it's a peaceful country. We should just play and come back, right? Yeah. It's very important. The Chronicle this morning, Goy allegedly caught cheating consumers. And I think this is very unfair. Cheating consumers.
If this is the video that's a certain, I think, Afrifa, then it's very unfair to the brand. I think what this paper could have done is to allow Ghana Standards Authority or MPA to do verify. A follow-up and go and verify. Because there's an individual, and it could be you. Just go with some jerry can or some measuring rod and go and say that you are cheating from your naked eyes. You might be right, but the point I'm making is that it must come from a very reliable source. It must be MPA
especially
or Ghana Standards Authority.
Doesn't have expertise in
exactly.
You cannot use
exactly. You cannot take somebody's brand.
It will be important that beyond the guy's accusation, the Ghana Standards Authority also takes the matter and brings it to some
But this country, we can talk. I think 2 years or a year ago, I was at the program that the MPA boss, Mustafa Hamid, mentioned that to deal with these things, the MPA was going to issue stickers. So before you get to a filling station, that sticker will be boldly displayed. So you know that these are people you can trust or not. How long will it take? This 2 years ago.
And they say they will be doing like random purchases. You fuel stations there, then you see them come, and then But here we are. Anyway, minority plotting to become majority from tomorrow. It's a plot, Charlie. Scheming and plotting and scheming. So that's the plotting. Here comes to the picture of Dr. Cassell Atoban Forsen. Gonja land grateful to Akufo-Addo for massive infrastructural development. If you are mentioning Gonja and you don't take care, and then the O becomes A, you are in trouble. Yes. So that is it for the quotation for this morning. Ezra. Okay. Ezra is in the Bible. Okay. Ezra 3:11. With praise and thanksgiving they sang to the Lord. He's good. His love towards Israel endures forever.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
So that's from Ezra. What's Ezra in G? Or Ezra is the same as Israel?
No. Israel is different.
Okay, from Ezra.
Emmanuel Bigbo, you are done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, the final one I have is the Insight newspaper. Aflago jabs Akufo-Addo Bawumia over Galamsey. Says NPP bigwigs are beneficiaries and can't fight the menace. Kennedy Japan visits partners in Europe. Also, in Sawam, Zongo.
No, I'm coming. Partners, did they define the partners?
They said partners in Europe.
No, I think you should read that story.
Look.
No, if you say IB versus partners in Europe.
I mean business
So are
partners.
you talking about
Exactly.
No, but the people just said partners. So I'm saying partners.
I understand you. It's not you that have a problem with. There's ambiguity.
Oh, but you see partners and handshake. What else do you want to?
Maybe it's wise.
Exactly.
The gentleman, I can't see clearly, but the gentleman is seen shaking
There's
another
a
gentleman.
flag and everything.
So that could be father-in-law. Okay.
Please.
Please
Azan.
don't come and spoil our future presidential ambitions for us.
But he still has partners. Okay, like you say, business partners. You see flag or party flags.
No,
Ghana
it's
flag.
a Ghana flag.
Then it's representing Ghana.
People don't mind this guy. Can you
In
move?
Sawam, Zongo rallies behind Alan as Mrs. Chiramantin leads Eastern Region campaign. Nice one. Also, illicit financial flow, Africa's time bomb, as it costs the continent over $200 billion yearly. Stakeholders call for action and bright future for young lawyers, rising admission at Ghana School of Law. Okay. Comes with a photograph of, is it your good friend?
Oh, that is Mami Bruni. Mami Bruni.
I wanted to mention a name, but,
Mami
but
Bruni.
she has a real name.
She has a real name, yeah, but it's
I want to mention her.
I can't remember her.
I
real
don't know
name.
her.
Yeah.
All right, so these are the
Why
list.
she wrote a piece?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she did. On page 8. So, Mami Bruni's article is on page 8 of the Insight.
And it's in the
newspaper.
Insight.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Why not in the Daily Guide?
No, maybe this is the first edition.
It's been a while since.
Yeah.
we met her. When we met her,
Exactly.
I mean, don't mind me.
Please, I'm done with the Insight.
The Daily Dispatch newspaper, Bawumia respected Ashanti by picking Napo, but Mahama disrespected Volta region. NDC guru. You say this much.
Go inside. You won't see the NDC guru's
This
name.
guru there,
Go inside the story. You won't, I think this is the third time I've seen this same story.
This guru can only be the musician.
Like,
guru.
if you like,
Because it's the third time I've said.
Yeah, it's the third time I've seen this story.
Guru.
I think I can come with that.
well,
Story
a leading member of the National Democratic Congress has, in an exclusive interview with the Daily Dispatch, said the party's 2024 presidential candidate, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, has shown a lot of disrespect towards the Volta region. Asked not to be named for now.
What
He
else can you ask?
explained when Vice President Bawumia was elected as a flag bearer of the new patriotic Charlie Daily Dispatch.
You can do better.
You can do better.
You can do better.
You have been.
The story will come back again. You hold on.
No, but what is
And I
it?
will take notice of
Like
it.
right now, it's quite evident that the Daily Dispatch is opposed to the candidature of John
but there's
Dramani
a way you
Mahama,
can do it.
and he is in favor of the candidature of
that is
Dr.
fine.
Mahmoud. That's okay.
That
That is your decision. But I think if you choose to be a media outlet or a newspaper, let there be some form of balance at least. And knowing that he has been at this for so many years before some of us were born, it can be quite disappointing. But hey, that is just my opinion. And
It's
I
good
could be wrong.
you added some.
Pardon, what you say?
It's good you added before some of us were born.
And some of us were born. I
Well,
mean,
some people they were here before.
No,
the-
all
the
of us.
newspaper started.
Uncle Ben started journalism before all of us here were born. Oh, you're talking about Mutala.
I've been
Mutala
saying
is the
it,
youngest
please,
here.
You want to say? You want to say
Anyway, other stories here. I am happy with the state of unity in Akwetia NPP, Napo says. And NDC very worried about voter apathy in Volta region. Asiedu Nketia. And yeah, okay. So at this point, we can confidently say that this is Baumi's paper.
Hey.
Notice of post I beg. I'm done with the daily dispatch.
Yeah. The final I have is the new crusading guide. Mirakuduka woos miners for Baumia as Western mining communities go agog. And George Krobia Santi donate funds to Mkoko agog because they've seen Mirakuduka and then the Vice mining President. Messages. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, he's in charge of Baumia's mining district. Yeah. George Krobia Santi donate funds to Nkoko, a Bremen MPP communications team. EC publishes 2024 ballot statistics.
Okay.
Move to re-exhibit provisional voters register online. Holds IPAC meeting today. And government revokes LI 2462.
Has it been revoked yet?
I think it's been suspended.
So who says
its implementation is being suspended? And yeah. Ken Ofori-Atta is well and alive. Political ADS, I saw him at a public function. He's indeed alive and well. Physically.
Is that US?
No, event? I think there was a program here that he attended. I'm told that was 2 days ago.
Oh, we thank God.
Your legacy is unmatched. Savannah Chiefs praise Akufo-Addo's contribution to Gonja land. That is it for the new crusading guide.
All right. To the various portals now. starfm.com.gh. Irresponsible leadership can be blamed for the Galamsey menace. I mean, no two ways about that. Vote against NPP for destroying Ghana at forcing to voters. Democracy Hub demo. I was arrested by the police for saying Choboy. At this point, Choboy is there.
No, but I think police should have waited for him to respond. Usually, it's a response that carries weight. The one who said Choboy in there, that he Choboy, just the one who says yay, no. Because yay must come. So the police should have waited. Eventually, he would have said yay. Then they grab him there.
National Cathedral salary payments must continue despite being on projects being on hold. Look, I have all sorts of opinions about this thing. That's according to Dr. Joyce Aye.
Yeah.
When we put people into positions of trust,
yeah, and
it is evident that whatever we have put them up to work on, is a sham. I think they should have some shame. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have preferred, for instance, that she says no comment.
Yeah.
But when she says they should stop paying us, what are you doing? What are they doing? Sincerely, what are they doing? Because at this moment in time, the thing has stalled.
Yeah.
So what are they doing?
To the principle is this. So this is the cathedral COVID, right? So once there's cathedral COVID, it doesn't mean that your name wasn't on the payroll.
No.
So you are just on a break because there is a pandemic.
I mean,
so you take your salary.
This is the point where they say Sayo Nukpa Beshialu, because some of the Nukpa are acting funny. They're really and look, I am imagining some of these people enjoying these things, being on the other side. They would have been the most righteous to speak about how these individuals have no shame and they are still holding their positions. They have not found the need to do the honorable thing and say, this we are sorry.
But there was a secretariat that was created. Once the secretariat has not been collapsed, it will be populated with people.
And that's the point.
I get you that maybe somebody should say that.
Yeah.
See, the project has stalled. You are supposed to even raise funds.
You are not able to do it.
You are unable to do it, right? So on what basis are you being paid? But other person will say that, okay, so you won't pay me, what should I eat?
What should you eat? Were you not? Did some of them not say that they already have their money?
You created a secretariat, and once the secretariat, there must be a secretary.
If you look at the people on the board and everything, they are all well-to-do people.
So you think?
I accommodate you.
No, so you think? It's a well-to-do. No, there is subjective. Me, as I am here, I'm well-to-do, but do I look like I'm well-to-do?
You look like you're well-to-do. Senior man, don't come and lie. You look very well-to-do. See your haircut. Don't come and do what I dream over here. So other stories on the here on starfm.com.gh. You don't go kill person, you. So dynamite blast kills 3 market women, 40 in critical condition on the Kasoa Winneba Road construction. And so I think that should be it for the leading stories on the front page of the. On starfm.com.gh.
Let me take you to the city newsroom. Parliament reconvenes at ICC today, and IES backs calls to merge PURC and Energy Commission. Election 2024, and Price MP rejects Andrew Idris's call for independent MPs to resign. Ghana lost 120,000 tons of cocoa to smuggling between 2022 and 2023. That's according to Cocoa Board CEO. Ghana forces warns against unauthorized use of military uniforms. And then...
What has necessitated it?
They give instances.
I think that
during protests, they say...
People wear
during party activities. And
Kofi Gaps will get them.
Yeah. And they mentioned another one be like that. Good! The videos of military people going to Galamsey side to a store, they are telling us that. They are telling us that. In fact, immediately as well, I say, oh, this is the reason for the statement. We beg you. We beg you. Nobody born of a woman will be bold enough to want to, first of all, go and extort money from Galamseyers who are armed, and still decide to impersonate the military.
Oh, it's possible.
Oh, my sister.
Why?
See,
it's very possible.
It's like going to buy with counterfeit.
Oh.
See, I'm being very honest. See, we don't wash our faces upwards. Indeed, fortunately for the military, it's not only the military who have been caught in such videos. The police have equally been caught, and they come there driving vehicles to the Galamsey side to go and take money. The military will do itself a great deal of help if it dug into these videos and fish out the culprits and deal with them. Nobody can tell me that the military have not been going to Galamsey site and extorting money. Some of them, nobody can tell me that. Dig into it and deal with your men. It's better. But of course, we all understand that people should not be wearing military camouflage anyhow. Yes, it's illegal. That one we understand. But the Galamsey one, there, we beg you. We beg you. Deal with it.
We have heard you. All right. Yes. What other stories are
there? And then if you go to the Galamseyers, they can actually tell you the people. They know them.
Okay.
Because they have the appropriate times that they come. You see, they give them time. They come. It's like they have a timetable.
Now you are you a Galamseyer?
I will work with them.
Hey.
As a journalist.
You work with them?
Yes.
You work with them?
The government is working with small scale miners to fish out the illegal miners. To be able to tell their story, you have to work with them.
You can't work with them.
Oh, how?
You are working with another agency to fish them out. You can't work with them.
You're not getting it. You work with them to tell their story. I've been to Galamsey side before, the Western region. I'm in Fee area. I've been there. In fact, I saw a teacher who had abandoned the case in the classroom and is on the site eating soil. That's how they say it.
Okay.
Right? So, and that's how come we're able to tell you the story as it is.
Okay.
Nice one.
Well done.
Yeah. The other headlines here. Election 2024.
Yes.
Speak out against political violence.
Who is that?
Mahama to chiefs. Say chiefs too. Mahama to chiefs.
But you see, what is important? Yes, the chiefs will do their part, but then we expect the political elite and then those also going on the platforms to speak in a certain manner that will not give their supporters the inkling that violence is the only option.
That's true.
That's true. Yes, we have heard many of the inflammatory, language being used and all that. For instance, Brian Champon talking about they will use every means possible, and then you hear a response from the NDC that which says that we are going to be peaceful, but if you pull the dagger, we'll also draw the dagger. And for me it's a concern that look at the Nima incident. I mean, it moved from 0 to 100. And there was no need for that gun.
Weapons.
So how are people walking around with arms on them?
Exactly. That's the question. That's the question. And
I am living in an ideal world.
And it started too early. That's my concern. You see, we've all known that this election is like none other, right? We all know the temperature is quite high, but it started way too early. And I think something ought to be done to douse this blaze.
They say that these walks are routine.
Oh yeah.
In that area, they all do their health walks. And then
sometimes they meet and they start dancing together. What I said, and I think the stakes in the Zongos especially are quite high this time around.
Yeah.
And the security agencies must take notice of this.
See, and I think that they must equally wise up, because you should not always be that go-to for the politician to think that if I come to the Zongo, I will get, some boys to go and do my bidding.
Yeah.
In the end, when they are done, where are you left?
That's the question.
Where are you left? So they equally must wise up and say no to any politician that will show up and think that you are easy to approach when it comes to people to perpetuate violence.
Yeah.
Please, our brothers in the Zangos, we beg you.
I agree. Final headline here.
Okay.
EC disqualification of formidable Bernard Mona discriminatory. Yeah, Mahama said, look at some of the people who have made it.
Who are the some of the people?
No, he by what? He didn't mention, so how am I going to be able to mention? I'm just quoting what Mahama said. He said, Mahama is more, he said, Bernard Mona is more qualified than many of the guys who have made it. And I sat back and I said, can you list them? I think you should ask your listeners to list them. The individuals who made it that Mahama thinks Bernard Mona is more qualified.
Before you know it, you are being cursed. That's all. That's your case.
So that's it for City Newsroom.
All right, that will be it for the News Review segment. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Malasan and Imano Bigbo.